Hey.
We back. Another episode. Friday. You guys know the fucking vibe. You know what we do here.
Every Friday, coming to you live from the best podcast in the world.
In the fucking world. Write it down. Any name you provide us, it's not better than ours. That's for sure.
Fuck Joe Rogan. Not really, but welcome.
Hey, yay, yay. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm
welcome
excited.
To 2D Podcast.
I'm excited for this shit. Allegedly, we have worked out all the kinks to the video. I downloaded it incorrectly last time. It works this time. I tested it out beforehand. So we should be set. No more 5-second bullshit glitch at the beginning of the video. Hopefully you guys appreciated that. But we gotta figure it out now.
Hopefully it's sorted.
Hopefully it is sorted.
This should be the first real one, right? But I mean, it's a project.
It is a project.
This is a process.
We knew there was going to be bumps along the road. This is our first season ever of having a video. I thought it was going to be an easy pickup for me, but at the same time, it's so different than like a school video.
Yeah.
Or something like that. This is like a podcast where we're switching angles and it's all recorded at the same time, but fuck all that bullshit. I'm trying to drink some beers.
Yeah, it's that's
you know what time it is. You know where I'm going.
That's what we're really here for. I don't know what we're drinking, by the way.
I only got this for the name. Because it looked cool. Flying Dog Raging Bitch IPA. This.
Wow. Okay.
Look at a little side. Look at this shit. This is one ugly motherfucker.
I go
on the front here, but it looks pretty cool. So.
Well, this is the most alcohol I'm gonna be drinking in a while because it's an 8.3%.
Ooh, I like this. I like this texture of this wrapping. It almost seems a little bit cheap. Like it's just printed sticker and they put it on here, but it looks cool.
I don't know what to expect.
Optimal freshness. Enjoyed by April 11th, 2022.
So it expires. There's an expiration date.
I haven't seen an expiration date.
I have never seen an expiration date.
Maybe I just haven't noticed. Where is this from, though? That's a good question.
Government warning.
What?
According to the Surgeon General.
Oh no, that's on everything. That's on all bottles.
I'm retarded.
Frederick, Maryland. So this is an American brewery.
Figured if it's called.
And their motto, 2 inflammatory words, 1 wild drink. Raging bitch is what that's referring to. Well, I've seen enough. It's time to crack. Ooh, cool cap too. Little V on it. Little V action.
I don't know how I feel about the art's kind of cool on it. Just some fucking dog.
Smells like an IPA.
Probably tastes like one if it's 8.3%.
Yeah. Cheers.
Loaded.
Definitely not a strong IPA. Oh, sorry, hold on. Definitely not like a bad IPA. This is a pretty smooth one.
Well, it's smooth, but
also
it's dark.
Did you guys catch? So I passed Juan the thing last episode. He didn't get me. I fucking had to open it with my tooth. Shout out to your boy
Kevin.
Lux Podcast. Pass me the fucking.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, this is good.
I definitely could only have one of these because it's supposed to be a dry month.
Ooh, I'm getting a few more sips and I'm getting a few more IPA tastes.
Bro, I got the IPA taste right away. I'm saying it's dark. It's a dark beer.
Okay. I think this is... Alright, I got mine. You got yours?
Yeah. Ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1,
6. What? I like this. For real?
Well, it's not bad. I rated it a 6.2.
That's pretty bad.
It's a 6.2.
Alright. 7'6", 6'2".
I mean, listen, it's.
We've been off recently, man. Our
That's
taste
the last
in beer.
episode we were on.
Oh, last episode we were on. Oh, I did not set this up at all prior.
So.
Regardless.
While you're putting that in.
Yes.
I don't really talk about personal things too much, but I guess I'll mention.
I'm not expecting whatever's about.
I mentioned it earlier that I went to my first ever live poker tournament this week.
Oh, big news.
$160 buy-in. In for $160, out for $0. As expected, though. I mean, 67 entrants, top 7 make the money. Right, it was tough. I came in 26th, which I don't think is
That's
that
not bad. Out of what, 75 you said?
67.
67? So, way off.
I was playing.
And for how much?
$160.
You put in 160?
Yeah.
Wow.
If I were to come in first, it was like $3,000.
6.2?
Yeah. It was a good experience. I mean, I played against some pros. It's definitely a higher level than what you come across at like the standard low stakes cash games where you buy in for like, let's say 500, cash out however much, right? You know, like I've talked about before.
Obviously.
But now it's like
there's no buybacks, right?
Well, there are rebuys to a certain level.
Okay.
So up until like the beginning of level 7, which was about 2 hours and 40 minutes in, you have 2 hours and 40 minutes essentially to buy back in.
Okay.
If you were to bust.
How long were you there for?
I personally played until like around 5 p.m., 5:15.
Wow, okay.
I played 4 hours.
That's not bad.
4 hours to come in 26th. I would assume that the next, like the top, whatever, however many, it would take at least another 2 to 3 hours if I were to make it that far.
Yeah. That's just so
basically,
long.
I mean, it's a lot, but there's a lot of money at the top. I mean, poker sessions are supposed to be long, you know? I mean, you could sit there folding for an hour. Not in tournaments. That's what I like about tournaments. Because the cards don't come to you, but you have to play because the big blinds start increasing.
Yeah.
And the craziest shit was, I know
there's antes
the ante,
too at some point.
The big blind ante starts in level 2.
That shit's out.
Right?
Ante, for anybody who doesn't know, so you have your dealer, your small, and your big. Those are technically the only 3 people on the table that have to throw in for any pot.
Not the dealer.
I'm sorry. Yes,
the small blind
just the small and the big are the only people that have to throw in. So for an ante, that means even if you fold.
No, not always.
Yeah, right.
What? No. It's in live. That's online tournaments. There's an ante, like that comes from everyone.
So that's what I'm referring to.
The big blind ante just comes from the big blind, and it's doubled. And it's the same as the big blind.
Okay,
so this is how it works.
Put this into to numbers for
let's me. Let's say, the blinds are 400, 800 with an 800 big blind ante, right? How it works is, you put in 400, or no, you put in 800. Like, let's say I'm the big blind, I put in 800 and another 800. 800 gets taken away, put in the pot automatically, right? And the other 800 serves as your big blind. So let's say we're to call around, you have 800 in front of you, but the other 800's already in the pot.
Yeah.
So let's say you were to, like, that's not part of, like, let's say someone raises, that 800 is not yours anymore. That's part of the ante. You know?
That's crazy.
And it adds up. So, like, when you're sitting there,
like, because you got to think, like, all right, well, even if I have fucking 7-2, I'm putting in this fucking much money.
When someone
you might
raised,
as well let it rock.
If someone raised, I called less time, or actually, you know, like, I only matched the big blind when I wasn't the big blind once or twice, right? To give you perspective, because a lot of people play, you know, you put in, like, let's say it's 10, 20 cent, whatever.
Yeah.
People put in 20 cents. I did that once. I matched the big blind once in the whole 4 hours. I went all in 15 to 20 times.
Holy shit.
I got called 3 times.
Wow.
I
Well,
beat one the
people
first
are
two.
more conservative with their money in tournaments. I feel like
It's different.
compared to just playing a regular
It's
game.
different though. You play like tight aggressive is the best way to play.
Mm.
So tight aggressive means like you play conservative, but like you also like play aggressive when you're in, and like, or when you're in late position, like when you're in the dealer or something like that. You try to play aggressive. Like that's where I was when I was in the big blind, small blind, or on the button. I was if I got a good hand, I would go all in.
Mm.
If I got a semi good hand, any
face
ace
card.
and no any ace, any suited king, any pocket pair that sends it in.
Suited king, pocket pair.
Suited king above 5.
Above a 5 kicker.
Or and sometimes if you're on the button, less.
I played poker for the first time this past weekend. Super Bowl Sunday.
For the first time?
In a while, a very long time. Obviously not for the first time,
Yeah.
but I can't even remember the last time.
What was the buy?
$50. I lost my first 50 in like 20 fucking minutes. And then I bought in for another 50. Just cracked. Just absolutely getting cracked left and right. I hit a straight. Fucking Kevin hits a flush. Thinks he's big balls. But I bought in for another 50. I went all the way down to like $14. And then I made back 50. So I only lost 50. But I lost $100
It's
on the
crazy,
game.
like the perspectives, though, right?
Yeah, scared money don't make no money. That's
Yeah,
the
but, like,
mindset I always have.
But like also with that, too, it's just what I mean is like I remember when we used to play like $20 games at the house,
Yeah.
and I would lose like $20, and I would be fucking pissed. I would go away from the house like fuck. And now I went to the casino this weekend. I lost 160 in a tournament,
And it's like,
and I was okay with it.
well, it's
I was
different
more than
times.
okay
It's different times.
because I've blown away $1,000 in a night.
yeah, okay.
That hurt. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna act like that. Like that hurt. Playing like when I lost that much. But then again, I won a lot too.
Yeah,
right?
but that's kind of the thing with it is that you have those nights where you are really shit, and you have those nights where you do really well, and that kind of keeps you into the game.
Well,
But also, you got to think about it's a different perspective that we have now. To me, $50 my freshman year of college is a lot different than $50 now. Even 20. Even 20.
That's
and I'm not
true.
I'm not just talking about in a poker sense. I'm just talking about in a worth sense. Like
Yeah.
I could do a lot with $50 as a freshman in college. Now $50, I feel like it doesn't get me as much.
For me, it's changed. The monetary value to me hasn't changed as much as the poker value itself. To be fair, like I'm just more comfortable playing higher stakes than
Okay, so I think that
Like-
definitely adds to it. But at the same
No,
time,
I understand what you're saying.
I like, and especially now that I have a job and I have a constant influx of money, I'm not just working fucking one session a month at the WEC somewhere because someone dropped a shift or something. Like this is a good consistent flow of cash that I can go, get like a $50, $100 gift and not really give a fuck because I know in 2 weeks I'm gonna have a shit ton more money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like that's why to me that those numbers have changed a little bit. I think just through natural experience you get better and more comfortable with poker because when you first start, let's say you lose your $20 buy-in like real quick, you're scared. You're like, "Oh, like, how's the game going to go? I don't know if I want to buy back in. What if it's just the same? I don't want to lose this money again."
Yeah.
But now I have more experience to where it's like, okay, I just lost $20 on some absolute fucking bullshit. That wasn't fair. Not fair, but like that wasn't the way that.
Happens.
Yeah, it just happened. Like
Sometimes
you
it
gotta throw
happens
more
in the
money
game.
into it.
It just happens. Like sometimes the cards aren't on your side.
Yeah.
I've been on a $2,000 upswing and I've been on a $2,000 downswing.
That's what I'm saying.
I've been on both sides of it. Sometimes the cards, like it's unbelievable. Like you're sitting there, you're on a sun run.
Yeah.
Like the card, like
They're
you
just
need.
hitting.
You're just
On some Andrew
you're
Nino type
hitting
bullshit.
exactly. Like there's one card that could save you and it hits, or like like you flop whatever the fuck you want. And like you're just hitting, you're
Flopping
playing
straights, 2 pairs.
It's the best feeling in the
hitting your
world.
sets.
And then there's like there's like the downswing part, which is like just like
the worst.
you sit there and it's like something you just go against.
You're fucking
you
tilted
go, and
as shit.
It's like aces or king. You get pocket kings and you get it all in, and the other person has aces. For reference, those are the two best hands in poker. Aces
Pocket
being the
aces.
first one and kings being the second.
And then you
get it all in. I
got cracked with aces the other
you
on
get
Sunday.
You get it all
I got
in with
cracked.
aces. You get it all in with aces. You
Yo.
go against queens. Let's say this happened at the casino at the Hard Rock where I was running hot. Even this happened. I get it all in with aces against queens. Right? The guy was short stacked. I didn't have. It was in all my chips, but like I called this all in. I have aces. He has queens, and the run out comes and he hits a straight.
Wow.
I mean, that's part of the game.
It happens, but I've seen some crazy coolers. Not just like watching videos on YouTube, but like experiencing them firsthand. And you know, this isn't a crazy
I've seen
cooler.
terrible ones.
This isn't a crazy one or anything like that. But for instance, this past weekend on Sunday, I just wasn't having a good go of it. I feel like I had aces. Somebody beats me with a 2-pair. I have
2-pair though.
I forget what it was.
You didn't raise enough pre-flop?
No, I did. I was raising OD.
Pre-flop though.
Yeah.
How much?
Like
coaching.
$5, $3.
What
No.
were the
It was like
blinds?
3, 25-cent, 50-cent.
Reasonable, yeah.
I think I put at 3, not $5.
So he just called.
And he called, but it was a
Did he
hostile.
flop
It was
it?
a hostile environment to say the least. People were willing to throw money in.
So so that's where you make money.
Exactly. Well, you would think, and then somebody drops a 2-pair, and I don't hit my fucking set, so then we're fucked, right? Oh, it was King 10. And you know what this fucker does? Yo, you know what fucking pisses me off? This guy Kevin has the audacity to sit in front of a whole poker table and tell everybody what he has. Like a flop will come out, it'll be King 8, 10.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong.
And he'll be like, ooh, King 10's hitting. But like he does it so often you think like, oh, like there's no fucking way he actually has this. He's just trying to scare. But every fucking time, this kid has what he says.
So you pick up on it.
And I get that, but it's just unfortunate and you know what, actually? He hit a boat that hand I had aces. He hit a boat. He had King 10 off the flop and another 10 came out on the turn, not even the river. So and he's fucking sitting there laughing like, oh my god, because he told me he had King 10 on after the flop. Yeah, but I have aces, and I can't let that go.
Yeah,
like there's no fucking. But you gotta see it from my.
I've been studying a lot of the game, and the key with like low stakes poker, like one of the ways because it's like I was learning how to like exploit players, right? Like rec players especially.
Mind games and stuff.
Well, just exploiting them in the game. And one of the top 3 things that you could exploit them with is that they overvalue aces and kings. So let's say there's a board that's unfavorable for them, and you hit. Let's say you have 8 set. What are hands that could crack aces? Not queens, kings.
2 pairs.
8-7, 10-9. Like hands that could suited connectors. Like those are the best hands to call aces with, because those could make your straights, your flushes, your 2 pairs, right? All those which could crack aces, right? And the problem is, let's say like that comes out on the flop, someone like me could be like, okay, this is very well in his range, but like a lot of rec players, like I've had to overcome this too, like a lot of rec players overvalue their aces.
Yeah, but at the same time,
aces don't play well post flop.
From my perspective though, it's like, okay, this guy has said he's had a certain hand, and even though it's been true for those times, if I have a good hand and he does it again, I always have that thought in my head of, is he lying this time? Because then you got to think.
You test him.
Because
you test him with the game.
And that's what I've been doing. I test him, and every time I test him, he has the cards.
But what you do is like this. So let's say he says
Kevin.
He has King 10. You act first. You check. He bets out. You check raise him.
Piss me off.
You check raise him to a larger sizing. If he calls, you know, okay, he probably is good here. Or if he raises you again,
but I know those tag, bro. I've watched Daniel Negreanu videos. I've seen all these videos of these guys. I've watched them. I used to be absorbed by poker. When we used to be at the soccer house, we would play poker. There was a stretch of a whole semester.
I know.
We would
I
play
was there.
poker
I was there.
every fucking day. I would come home from practice or class, and because we were going to play poker later, me and Juan would just play a fucking one-on-one buy-in. What's that called? Fuck, not
Heads
one-on-one.
up.
Heads up. We just play heads up buy-in. Fucking $20, $50. You know, me and Murph were bored at the house one day, and we just want people. We know people are coming over there, but we're bored now. We don't want to play Fortnite no more, so we go fucking play heads up poker. You know what I'm saying?
Those are the days, man. Holy
So like
fucking shit.
I know the you know, I'm not gonna sit here and claim I'm an
Wow.
expert, but like I know the tactics. I
It's
understand
weird,
how to
though.
read people.
It's weird. It's like,
but when you also
it's weird.
play with people who play poker
I've
a lot.
I've invited Kev to like poker games.
Wow.
Like a
Throwing
few
some
like
shade. He hasn't come.
he hasn't pulled up. Like I've invited him to a few.
Damn.
I've invited him to a few. I mean, like, listen, if he's ever down, like I'm down. I mean, like, you know, it's not gonna be like he's gonna be sitting there
I haven't
playing with
played poker with you in a while.
fish. Some fish. Yeah, you haven't played poker with me since I hit like my poker face.
Yeah.
Like after that, like I wasn't really like that. I just started playing. I was playing like a lot with you guys.
You started online though when you started to kick up, right? You played
No,
a
I
lot?
started online when I turned 21. I always played with my friends a ton, at least
Yeah,
minimum twice a week. Usually 3 times a week, and I'd be playing. Started off with 30, then it went to $50 buy-ins, and then it just went up to 100, which was the most recent up until the casinos hit, and then that's where $300 and $500 buy-ins start.
How rigged do you think casinos are?
They're not rigged. They just all the like. For example, poker.
Like I'm not talking about the card games. Card games.
No.
I think that's hard, but I'm talking about like the electronic ones.
Oh yeah, I don't play that shit. I don't play
That's
that
what I'm
garbage.
talking about, though.
Yeah, fuck that.
That shit's fucked, right?
I think it's fucked. Oh yeah, I don't trust that shit.
Especially.
I know. I think
I saw for the first
thing
time.
about the card games. The reason why people will be like, "Oh, it's rigged." No, the card games are just made in in favor of the casino.
Correct.
So, it doesn't really that's not rigged to me. Or like
that's
roulette,
just business.
for example. Like roulette
But
again.
Speaking of roulette though, so for the first time when I went to a casino in Miami, there was an electronic roulette wheel.
Yeah, I've seen.
And
a
I
shit
think
ton of
that's
those.
fucking bogus. What
Look
you
at
got?
this. I'm
Is
gonna
that the
show-
Parks card?
This is the Parks card. This is the Rivers Casino card, and this is the.
Damn.
Look at this. I got
Those are
rewards
fresh.
all with my name on it. So that's to MGM.
Got your name on it, official.
Also
and everything.
works at the
Dang,
Borgata.
already got the swipe marks. You've been using this shit.
And then that's to the Rivers. That's
Gold.
Yeah, but that's like
Is that
the
like
lowest
base
level. But they have, and then that's the Parks card.
Paul N. I've never Nicolau.
I don't have a middle name. I don't know why that's there. But no, I never knew. But regardless, I mean these are all my player cards because I go a lot, right? And each of these casinos has a different meaning to me. This is the regular Parks, right? The standard.
Parks is quality.
This is the tournament casino, Rivers, right, where I go, and I'm probably gonna keep going. And then this is for the Borgata.
I want to go to a casino with you one night.
Yeah, dude, I throw money, man.
When do you go? Like weekends?
Usually weekends, yeah. I go. Like to play.
Let me know when the next
For the
trip
most
is.
part, I play poker. If I bust out of poker, or
How
something,
late do you get
I'll go.
home?
What?
How late do you get home?
Depends. For the tournament, it was early. Tournament started 1:15. I was out of there
but
by
if you're not
6.
if you're not doing tournaments, if you're just going for the night, you know.
And then I get there like 2, 3 o'clock. I don't leave till 12, 1.
Oh, in the afternoon?
Get home like 2:33 a.m.
On like a Saturday?
Yeah, usually weekends. I don't go weekdays.
Obviously.
Although I was thinking about going like.
Hit me up the next time you go.
I'm down. Although the next time I'm
We
going,
out?
I'm gonna be playing a lot of tournaments.
Tonight? Nah, fuck no.
I'm gonna be playing a lot
work
of
tomorrow.
tournaments, but I'm down. I mean, yeah, of course. What's the deal? All right, so
Wait.
So, oh yeah, we have to do. So you talk about it.
So I got the bruise and I felt season 5 just didn't sit right with me. We got scratch offs left, right, and center, and they just weren't hitting. They were not hitting.
We got two $10 tickets here.
Two $10.
Scorching hot 7s and
Love that.
the 50x.
So I have an assortment of coins. I'm not sure
Which one do you want, or do you want to switch?
Well, this is these are your options. This is the NJIT Wellness and Event Center ribbon cutting.
I'm gonna
ceremony.
use this
Coin.
one, but I don't
In
know
50
how.
years, this is gonna be like.
Do I have to open this, or do I just keep it in here?
Maybe.
Do I open this?
No, so this one's mine.
So I'm gonna use the NJIT.
Either that or a
one.
quarter, if that
I'm
doesn't
gonna
work.
use the NJIT one.
And then I have a lucky
You want to do this one?
coin, which I don't know where I got it from, but it has really cool designs on it. It says yes on one side with two palms and eyes and a sun and a moon, and a side with a no on it with is upper half of a skeleton with wings. I'll try to show it. I have no clue if you'll be able to see any of this.
This is what we're dealing with.
But this is what we're doing. So wait, should I ask this if we're going to win money?
What?
Should I ask this coin if we're going to win money? It says yes and no. Yes, no.
Yeah, ask it.
All right, should I flip it? That's
Yeah.
the classic maneuver, right? Are we going to win money? Yes.
Oh.
It says yes.
So now let's see if the
So
coin.
allegedly we're going to be coming back with
20
some bang.
chances to win. This one has
I'm
the bonus.
going to
but
scratch
that-
it over here. Some room. So this one's 50 times the cash. I have no clue if this is going to be annoying on that.
Well, if it is,
If it is, go
then
fuck
they
yourself.
could hear
Then
the
fucking
sound.
deal with it. This is what it takes to win money. We should play some Jeopardy music in the background. Oh, this coin is gas. So far, misses.
Yeah, me too.
I have 4 more rows.
Bro, whenever this happens, it's a loss.
What do you mean?
Whenever let's say one of my numbers are 25 and
Misses.
28, I got 24, 26, 29.
There, that's a dud. Fucking dud. Bruh. Fucking dud.
Full on?
Oh, I thought you got excited. No, I have 1 more row. Oh wait, I forgot. I have 2 bonus cash slots.
Those
available.
don't hit. I always scratch those off first. This doesn't look too good. The coin lied.
Alright, bonus cash. Fuck!
No,
It said bonus 200, but I thought I got excited but it's a bow underneath. You need a certain symbol. Bonus 100.
L. I'm just making sure.
This is a.
What a disaster.
I guess we'll be throwing away more money next episode. I'm fucking tight.
Fuck this. Alright, well.
I don't even.
We knew that was going to happen. Speaking of which. Talking about,
I want to talk about work. Is that okay? I'm mad depressed.
You're depressed.
Mad depressed.
Why?
Bro, I've been working on this really fucking cool project that I was super excited for. I've been working on it since September. So it's been a while. What is that? Like 4 or 5 months? September, October, November, December, January, February. Fucking 6 fucking months on this fucking project, bro. So basically what it is, and I don't know if I can go into too much detail about exactly what it is, but essentially I'm designing my own process.
Oh, yeah.
I've mentioned this to you before. I've showed Juan. There's this website called OnShape, where it's like a 3D AutoCAD rendering website, and that's where I design the process with everything. And it sucks. I hate that I can't just talk about it, but I know company confidentiality. I probably can't go into too much detail about the actual pieces of equipment that we use and that we're going to use or thinking about using in the future. But I'm designing a process. Design phase was tough, but I got it done. Next phase was, review. Got that done. Everything checked out. Next phase is contacting contractors in order to get all the pieces. It's not like there's this is my own individual design. This isn't I'm going to an equipment selling manufacturer telling them what I want and then providing me the whole unit. This is from scratch, my own idea.
Yeah.
Obviously I got help. I'm not going to sit here and say like I'm some genius who's able to do, come up with the stuff on my own, but I am learning a lot of this stuff I did do on my own, but if I ever had a question I went to ask and they inform me, oh, you need this amount of whatever for a pump and XYZ, blah, 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 whatever. So now I got to go to contractors, and this is the hardest phase because I had probably contacted 10 different contractors in order to get all the materials that we needed. You send them what you want, you tell them what you want, they have to work on the quote, and then they send back the quote. And then you collect all the quotes that you receive from all the contractors, put it into a capital expenditure report, you present that to the leadership team, and then they approve it, and then you can go purchase them, and they bring it in, and you build it. That's the whole process. I'm pretty sure it works like that at every company. Now, the tricky part about it is that these quotes are only net 30 days. So let's say one contractor is taking a very long time to get back to me. One of the other contracts could expire by that time. So I have to make sure it's all within the same time frame. So I got it done. I got all the quotes, everything back, exactly how I want it. And also you got to remember, sometimes they send you a quote and you read the quote and you're like, oh, this isn't exactly what I wanted. You send it back to them. Just super, super frustrating process that took a very long time. Now the whole time I even took a trip to a location for the sole purpose of surveying for this piece of equipment. I mentioned that.
Yeah.
Half the trip was to go check out some equipment, and the other half was to go to this location and fucking do this. So I'm expecting this to be like, okay, we're going to sign off. And I've had update meetings with, this is where I am with the progress. This is how much I'm thinking it's going to cost. This is what I've collected so far. These are the estimates. Even had a meeting with the final quotes, with everything there. This is what the final cost is going to be. About $280,000 for this whole unit. Big money. But everyone's in on it. And what I was able to do, which made me feel really good, is that they're like, oh, like comparatively, this is kind of cheap for the amount of it. But it's quality. Yeah. I was just going to the right places, talking to the right people, getting the right things done. And it's all good. So I get it. I go talk to the CEO. And he's like, listen, like we're getting a new CFO, which is the Chief Financial Officer, which we are. His first day was actually this past Monday. And they had to go over cash flow scenarios and budgets and capital expenditures and things like that across all locations. Newark, Kentucky, South Carolina, China, Belgium, all our locations. So allegedly that's going to be done by Thursday. But he came up to me on Monday morning and was like, because on Friday I went to talk to him. And on Friday, I was like, this situation, blah, blah, blah. Here's the system. It's all done. This is the price. This is how it works. Can you sign? And he's like, well, we're doing all this stuff with the CEO, like I just explained.
CFO, you mean?
CFO, sorry. Yeah. With the CFO, as I just explained. So we need to prioritize what expenses are more prioritized than others, I think is the way that he phrased it. And my project wasn't of high priority compared to some other things that they're getting. So this may be put on hold. But he's going to talk to the president and get back to me on Monday. So I come Monday, he comes up, he talks to me on Monday. Basically says it's on hold for now.
So you're depressed.
So I'm mad depressed. Because
so,
I put all this work in and I'm about like 90% sure they're just telling me it's on hold to not piss me off.
Yeah.
Because they know the amount of work I did. But I literally told them, I was like, listen, like, I don't want to be, well, I didn't tell them. I went to the plant manager because I was directed to go talk to him for details. So I went up to him and I was explaining the situation and I told him, I was like, listen, like, I'd rather be told that this project, they're not going to go through with it, rather than being led on, because you guys don't want to upset me. Like, I'm not upset that, it's a company, it's a business. For budgetary reasons, they can't approve this right now. They may do it later, but they can't do it right now. So I understand that. I'm not going to get upset at anybody, be like, oh, why'd you give me this project and blah, blah. Like, this was a great experience and an amazing learning experience for me of how something like doing this goes down. And how I would have to accomplish, like, literally I was at the last phase. I just needed to get it signed, everything was ordered, and then I supervise it as it's being built. Right? So I know how to get it done. But it's just frustrating for me to not have that thought in my head the whole time, to maybe not prioritize as much of my time onto this project as I did. If they're going to tell me, oh, this is something we might want to install in a year, maybe 2 years. Okay, let me do research, maybe get some things here and there. But no, don't ask for quotes, because on my end, it's like, now these contractors I potentially have to go back to, and I was bugging the fuck out of them, like, every day.
Yeah.
Do you have the quote? Not every day, but like once a week. Do you have the quote ready? Is the quote ready? When will it be ready? Can we adjust this? Can we make this?
Yeah.
The quote you sent me is wrong. We need to fix this. Please get it back to me as soon as you can. And I'm bugging these guys, and I can tell. Not that I can tell, but I can assume from their end, like, they have a lot of orders. They're not the only. I'm not the only person they're working with. So obviously, I'm not going to be top priority.
Everyone's probably bugging them.
But if I then go back to them and I'm like, we're no longer going to go through with this project. Thank you for your help. If I try to go to them a year from now and ask for a similar thing, they could either tell me to fuck off, because then I've wasted their time, which they are going to be more upset of their time being wasted than I am.
Yeah.
Or they're going to take extra long to do it, or they're going to overprice it now, and they're going to be like, oh, well, stainless steel prices have increased, and, freight prices have increased, so this is what the price increase is. So we could have gotten it for $280 now, but in a year or 2 years from now, it might be $400,000.
Yeah.
And now it's something that's way out of the ballpark. We don't even consider it no more.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm just depressed, because it's like, why wouldn't you tell me from the get-go? Like, this whole time you explained to me as, this is what we want, design this so that we can put it into our facility and run it. We want this.
Yeah.
This is what we're going to do. Okay, I did it, and now you're like, we're putting it on hold. Like, literally the last day.
Yeah.
The last step before purchasing. That's when you tell me, this isn't of high priority, and we're going to put it on hold. That's so, like, it hurt, bro.
Well, it hurts, but you know what you have to do when it hurts. You just have to turn to coping mechanisms like alcohol, drugs, and gambling, right? I mean... Listen, you give horrible... You said there's some shit like this before. Do not listen to that. I mean, like, that's,
no.
When...
I'm going to turn to my friends to ask for some helpful advice.
Yeah, and you turn to your friends to ask for helpful
advice. And
advice.
that's what you get.
And here I am, giving you advice that, guess what? Maybe it might not give you, like, long-term, benefits, right? It might not make you ultimately happy in the end, but it is instant gratification.
We drink
and
to
there's
forget.
There's nothing that humans love more than instant gratification. Right? Am I wrong?
And listen, we're both...
The serotonin release that you get from gambling, from smoking, from drinking, from fucking that, when you don't want to get that, like, nicotine device, right? You're like, fuck, I'm going to quit this shit, right? But that serotonin release, right as you take that first hit after you broke that fucking, you weren't smoking for like 2 weeks, I know I've been...
The buzz, the fucking...
You go, and one day you're like driving, you're just like, I'm too stressed out, fuck it. You go, right, you make excuses, like, oh, it's you make excuse, but no, it's really just you're a nicotine addict, right? So you go to the store, right, you go in there, and like while you're sitting there, like at that point, you've already crossed the line, you're like, all right, fuck it, I'm already here, I might as well do it, and then you get it, you pay for it, and it's like you feel this little bit of guilt, but that guilt goes away immediately. As soon as you take that first hit, that buzz hits you, the nicotine seeps into your blood, right? I mean, everyone knows that feeling, right? I mean, it's just, there's no better way to cope with your problems, or no.
You are
aside from that, this is when I was like down bad. this is what helped me get through like the lowest point in my life. Aside from the fact that we're obviously the ASUN. This was when we won the ASUN actually.
Right here,
at
baby.
NGIT. Caruso's wearing the shirt.
Woo!
At this point, life away from soccer was rough, right, for me. So, what did I turn to? Cigarettes and alcohol, right?
And look at you now.
And, I mean, granted, where am I now? I'm doing just fine. I don't smoke cigarettes anymore. I'm taking a month off from drinking, aside from the one beer that I have a week.
And you've stuck to it?
I've stuck to it. I still haven't broke. I have a little calendar. I cross it off every single day. I mean, which is pretty impressive considering the amount that I was drinking. Obviously, the gambling's a little different, but I've changed it to a certain degree.
Yeah, but
right?
gambling is not like a physical.
But it could be a
health
really
deficiency.
yeah. But it's also dangerous. though,
Mental,
for, like,
maybe.
it fucks you up mentally.
Yeah.
Right.
But I think since we're both graduated, we can say one of our mottos. So it changed my last year, but the ASUN year especially and the years prior, after every game we would go out, and if we didn't go out, we would have, like, let's say we had a home game, or we were coming back the same night or whatever, we would go to the house and we would drink. And I think one motto that I think is good, not good, but I thought was really funny that we used to say.
It's good.
If we lost, we drink to forget.
You win, you drink to celebrate.
And if you lose, you drink to forget.
Yeah.
And I think that got me through a lot of downs.
And then to be
maybe
quite honest,
maybe you have some worth to what you're
saying.
saying.
And then people might say, "Oh, well, what happens if you tie?" You drink to drink, right?
You drink to drink. You drink just to fucking get over it.
I mean, that's just what it comes down to, you know. Because in the end, down the line, what are the memories that you really cherish, right? I mean, let's be honest. Is it really the game itself? Or is it the fucking celebration out
Okay,
there?
well, we're
Let's
bench
be
riders,
honest.
so we have a
Let's
different
be honest.
perspective.
Fuck off with that shit.
Season 1, episode 1. Bench riders perspective.
If you really give, like, a shit... Sorry that I'm saying this. If you really, like... Because obviously in the moment you care, but looking back on it, it's like, what are the memories that we take on with us for the rest of our lives? It's the fucking party afterwards. It's getting fucking ripped with the boys, you know? It's just having a fucking blast, right? Celebrating with the fucking trophies in the house. Dog, right? I mean,
but I'll never forget running on the field and the field getting stormed.
Post game, because you knew in your head,
but again,
we're running on the field.
We were on the bench the whole time.
Yeah. I'll never forget
sitting
that
on the
either.
sidelines.
That was a
Of
great
course,
moment.
the memories
That
afterwards
was an
are gonna be
amazing
better.
moment. That was absolutely an amazing moment.
Number one moment in NJIT history
is running onto that field.
Without a doubt.
Home game, of course.
Winning
but
a
in my
championship
head,
on the first year of that
see,
field's
everybody,
existence.
people like Juan are sitting, you know, day before, game day, you know, like preparing, like mentally preparing. What are we doing? Preparing for the post party, because we know we don't have to sit there and be mentally prepared for the game. Let's be honest. We always talk about this. We never had to be mentally prepared for the game. All we had to... I was even mentally prepared for the games when I did play. Never mind, like, when I didn't play, right?
If Coach Bodo listens to this, everybody be like,
I saw Coach Barbodo last week. I've never seen the guy so happy in like the 3.5 years that I played under him. I never saw him so happy. Like, he comes over to me, gives me a big ass hug. He's like, "Hey man," gives me a hug. Starts like joking around with me. I mean, like, he doesn't give a shit. He was telling me
he's a good guy at the end of the day. It's just when he's your coach, he's gonna be like that.
Yeah, of course. He goes to me. He asked me if I'm going to the alumni game. I said absolutely.
When is that?
I said it's gonna be like in April, I think.
Okay.
They
haven't said anything.
They told us. They told me they're like alumni game.
No, we
I
have
said
the,
I'm going on.
chat.
I said I'm going on one condition. If the coaches come out with us.
Yes, afterwards.
Right, and I was like this, and I went like, and like, you know, and like the first person to say something. I don't know if we could keep whatever. Bono's like, yeah, of course.
We're all 21. It's legal. You can go out to drinks with you. He's not even your coach now.
Yeah, this is like, I mean, I don't know, whatever. Yeah, that's exactly what I said. That's gonna be me too. That's gonna be the most fucked up I'm gonna be.
First thing we
in
do
a long time. I'm gonna get
Mo. Get us a round of tequila shots, everybody.
Dude, we just get. Dude,
Donnie J for my boy.
No,
my boy
I'm gonna
Bodo.
be ripping. No, we're gonna get them. We're gonna get them to go out with us afterwards. After party, right? We're gonna get Matt to Hoboken, like, without his wife.
His wife?
Dude, he got married. I didn't even know that. I saw his Instagram. He accepted. He followed me back on Instagram.
He doesn't follow me on Instagram.
You just gotta follow him.
I don't want to follow him.
He followed me
Drop
back.
that. Drop
What?
Drop
I don't know if
No, when he's on it as a guest.
He
No,
wants that.
I was actually gonna ask him soon to be a guest on the podcast.
What
'cause
would
he
we
knows
talk
it.
about?
What?
Matt, why did you hate me when you?
No, we would talk about like
Why did you
what's
do-
it like from the coach's perspective? What the perspective was like of us as players within like the.
He's not
going
gonna give that information up.
Yeah, he will.
No, he's
We're
not.
fucking
Because
gone-
his players are gonna listen to this.
Yeah, but
He's
we're-
not gonna be
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
"Oh,
yeah,
I was
yeah.
purposely an asshole."
No.
To push you guys. He's not gonna say
No,
that.
he won't. Yeah, bro, he might say that to us. Like
with
no.
a few bruises in him,
No,
maybe.
what I'm saying is he would tell us like exactly how he felt about like how the coaches felt about us as players. You know what I mean? What was the
Yeah,
what
I
was
don't
the
think he
idea?
was ever honest with me about what he thought, and that would be funny because I really hope he would. be
No,
honest.
I know.
I would just get tight. I would get defensive and tight if he started on here.
Yeah, but like
roasting
that's
me.
what we want, right? We
Yeah, but I
want
don't want to have a bad relationship with Matt.
No, we can have a discussion.
You know what
We
I'm
can have a
saying? Like
discussion.
if he just starts sitting here,
he
fucking,
was the
you weren't
one-
this, you
he-
weren't this, I'll be like, shut the fuck
he's-
up. You just like foreign guys. Just say it.
He
You like
suggested-
foreign goalkeepers. Just say it.
He suggested that we have Lenny Kaplan.
See, I'm getting tight and he's not even here. you see what I'm
He
saying?
suggested we have
Bring
Lenny
on.
Kaplan on. I was like, I mean, like,
There's no way Lenny Kaplan would join 2D Podcast.
it depends how far we get with guests. Who knows?
I wanted to sort out this situation before we got big time guests. We have a few guys on the sleeve that I'm interested in.
Like, are you just talking about standard guests or like?
No,
are we talking
like big time guests.
like
they're
not
they're
just like our
they're our
boys,
friends,
right?
but they're big time on social media. All right, I mean I could drop it now. We want to get J-Rod. I want J-Rod to come on,
Kind of big. I mean, like,
and I want Gerald.
well, Cubero's a different story.
Cubero's
I knew you were
big
gonna
on
say
TikTok.
Cubero.
He's huge
I knew you were
on
gonna say
TikTok.
Cubero, but like Cubero's like a.
But and they both they're both super interesting people. We could talk to J-Rod about his YouTube channel and all that shit, how he got into it and things like that, and I'm sure comedy can get into the mix. Gerald's big into gaming and video games
Gerald's
and Twitch
easy.
and things
Gerald,
like that.
I think yeah.
I mean, obviously we have a closer, me and you have a closer connection to Gerald than we do with J-Rod, but I'm pretty tight with J-Rod.
It was
I
cool
don't know
when,
how much
when
you've met
Gerald.
him.
What, J-Rod? Bro,
Yeah.
of course I met him, dude. The guy like will
I
swipe
said how
up
I
on-
know you've met him, but I don't know how.
Bro, this guy will swipe up on my stories and write like kneecap Paulie. Like yeah, like I'm like where have you been, bro? This guy's gone MIA. This guy J-Rod has gone MIA. I can't wait to have him on.
It's his
I don't
wife.
know why it's on hold. We have
Well, I wanted
not
to
seen
get
him
the- I didn't
MIA.
wanna- I didn't wanna
no,
bring
when
him
we
in
get
and
him.
the video
No,
was
when we
shit.
get him on. When we get him on, we talk about like what like a girlfriend does to you because clearly something happened there, right? I mean, if there's any evidence that a woman has an impact on like your life, right? And
Exhibit A.
I mean, there's the number one example. I've subscribed him. I don't know when the last video. Actually, let's check that right now.
Now
No, we're gonna do it right now. We're gonna do this right now. And I hope he comes on as a guest to defend himself. I really do. Let's see.
We love you, J-Rod. please.
J-Rod TV.
Maybe this would be the spark to get him back into the YouTube industry.
I hope so because the last video was from 1 year ago, probably over 1 year ago.
Yeah, that's just the tag. Well, you can look up the date of release when you click the video. Also, follow J-Rod TV if you don't.
Follow J-Rod TV. Hopefully he'll be back.
No, it doesn't say the exact date. But a year. It's been about a year.
Over a year. At least over a year. We know that. which is sad. I mean, it's sad to see that guys
Yeah,
go
good
down the
content,
tube.
man.
It was good
Funny
content. It was
content.
funny content. Down the tubes it went as soon as the woman comes into the picture. But then again, like, I mean, like, what can you say, right?
I used to always when TikTok, when you were still doing it, I would see these prank videos. I would always send them to him, and be like, "Yo, you gotta do something like this." But he's out the game now. Yeah.
But while we open these, like, I kind of want to continue on this. How, like women... I'm going to have this famous cruise, by the way. Or what's this right here?
It's not
I'm
lined
going to
up.
have this Scotch whiskey. Dram Mule.
All right, you continue while I pick.
Well, I was going to
Wait,
say...
for the
is, like-
record, we missed the chocolate last episode.
Yeah, we did. I'm sorry.
But
Or
whatever.
we're sorry.
Control.
What I was going to say is that I think that we both know this, how women impact our lives. Sometimes, a lot of times in a positive, I think for the most part in a positive way, right? We could admit that. But at the same time, they could also be a hindrance in certain aspects, right? I mean, like, but there's a reason for it. We need that, right? I need my girlfriend to tell me, don't do that. Like, that's stupid, right? And I'm sitting there saying to her, like, no, it's not stupid, right? It's just like...
She's the
I'm
voice
gonna
of
be okay.
reason.
Well,
You
I
need
think
that in your
I'm
life.
actually the logical one. But, like, yeah, of course, like, sometimes I'm, like, a
Christina,
little
we'd
crazy.
like to hear your comments
No,
on
she's
that.
a worry freak, right? Which is a good thing. I need that, right? But at the same time, I think about situations logically, and I also know that sometimes, like, the wild side of me is, like, still in there. Like, I want to come out, right?
Yes.
And it's like she keeps me in check. She keeps me there, right? Even when she's not there, it's like mentally, it's like, oh, I shouldn't do this, fuck, right? Maybe that's what it was for J-Rod, right? His girlfriend, like, changed him, right? Maybe you shouldn't do these pranks. I don't know. That's what women do, man. It's crazy what a woman that you really, like, love and care about, what she can do to you, right? I mean, like...
No, listen. There's something struck a nerve with you, and I actually am interested about this now. But we have a boy from home from Teak. He came on this podcast, and that's where that came from. Obviously, that situation is over now, but, you know, you go MIA because, you know, you get infatuated. And I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm not a victim of this. I think Juan can attest that I have put a lot of my time and focus into my girlfriend now, and maybe that takes away a little from my social life.
That'll change.
Maybe not, but
I hope so.
I think if it gets to the point where you literally never do anything with anybody, like for instance, this past Sunday I went to without her
that's
by
good.
myself.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
important.
Like I still go
if you
hang
don't
out.
do it, it's a problem.
I went to Teak. I went to Teak a few weeks ago because they brought me flowers and I bought them a keg. Well, they didn't. They bought her flowers, so I bought them a keg. And like I went to go hang out and she wasn't there. Andrea.
Oh.
They got her like a bouquet of flowers, 2 bouquets of flowers
Who?
actually. Teak.
Oh, so
Like it's a thing. Like if a brother gets a girlfriend, the fraternity buys the girlfriend flowers in exchange for the brother then buying a keg for the house. It's in the bylaws.
interesting.
But I agree. It happens. Sometimes you get whipped.
Well,
you get whipped.
Every man is whipped.
I'm
It's
not
just
gonna
on
sit
a
here.
level
I'm
of
not
how
gonna
whipped, right?
sit here and not. Andrea's got me wrapped around her fucking finger, but I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Christina sorta does, right? She knows,
Dude, this one got.
like, that I don't fuck
It
with.
just like fizzed.
I don't mess about. I have my own time.
My shit got fucked. This one's. These have clearly
No.
been dropped.
No. That I talked about that shit
Juan, can
last
you get napkins?
episode.
I got chocolate on my hands.
All right, here. Cheers, because it's melting in my fingers.
That's what I'm saying. I have the Galliano for reference. Thank you. Pull it. Jesus, what the fuck? No, I'm fine. This one was good.
I don't even know what to think of these anymore.
I actually didn't taste any shot out of that one.
I didn't
say
either.
chocolate.
Barely anything.
I don't like chocolate.
You know what? Let's get J-Rod on the fucking podcast soon.
I'm talking to him right now.
What did he say?
He said, "What time next week?"
No, really?
All right, well, here we go.
Okay, announced live, happened live. J-Rod will be on the podcast next week.
We have to get him. We have to get him on the podcast.
He told me he has a recording. He wants me to play it for you guys after. Should I play it now?
After?
No.
I said
I
said
give it,
after. Should we play it now?
Give it to me.
Yeah?
I'll play it in the mic.
Alright, it's 22 seconds long.
Oh, no.
All right, for reference, here he is, J-Rod.
Hey, Paulie, kneecaps. Long time no talk, buddy. Hope those kneecaps are holding up well, because I'm coming through next week with a fucking baseball bat, and I'm going to do some explaining I got to do. Listen, let me know a time, let me know a place, and I'm in there. And tell your buddy Caruso, get the camera ready, and make sure those fuking microphones are working, because I got a lot on my mind,
Roger that. Roger that.
Thank you. Well, there we go. Now we know.
Now it's official.
It's. I mean, if that doesn't make it official, it does. I will be challenging him very much, and it should make for a very entertaining episode. So please tune in next week.
Yes.
Please tune in because clearly
it's going to be a spicy episode.
It's going to be a spicy episode.
But for now, it is time to go from the deep. First, just for reference, Juan, make sure it might hit the 30 mark again.
3 minutes.
Okay, we might be good.
All right.
We found that the camera only has a 30-minute recording time, which is ridiculous. But we do have some comments that are coming from our TikTok page.
Okay, so
which is new. If you're not following our TikTok page yet, sorry. Please follow us.
Please do follow us at 2D Podcast.
Same as our
the
Instagram.
First comment on the first video, Rossi Eduardo, Paul the funniest one, or no, Paul the funniest out there. Thanks, Ross. No need for you to comment. Next comment, Sam Swider. It was me. I'm the haters.
Yeah.
In reference to the video. If you don't know what she's talking about, go watch the video.
Watch the TikTok.
Right? Go watch the TikTok. Next one. From Soggy Egg
It was
Lover.
the ASMR video.
That was the first one. The second
first
one. Soggy Egg Lover. We don't know you personally, Soggy. Maybe we do.
What a tag.
Yeah. Indeed, what a tag. But he said, MIB, so Men in Black, is an L. In reference
You're
to
fucking dumb.
So
You're
I haven't
dumb.
watched it. That's for
way.
you.
There's no way that Men in Black is a bad movie, right? I think that at the end of the day, any movie that has a part one, or like Men in Black 1, Men in Black 2, I think there was a third one, the sequels are never going to be good as the original. If you take just Men in Black, the first movie, it's a great fucking movie. And I don't see any faults with it. It has a good storyline, good turns, good twists, great character, great moment with those fucking cricket-looking aliens. What's up? Like, that's a classic. That's a classic fucking video.
I mean, I've never watched it, so
Yeah.
I don't know. It might be trash. It might not be trash.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we'll see.
You know what else we'll see? J-Rod TV on the next fucking podcast, baby. Let's fucking get it!
We'll see you next week, J-Rod. I'm ready. He's ready. Please tune in. TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, at 2D Podcast.
Bang! All of them. We hope to see you guys next week. Let it rock, baby.